I love gear. You have just been listening to the Collision Devices Black Hole Symmetry. This is a limited edition or a special edition that is a mirror finish. Look, you guys can see yourselves. That camera is you. And I don't need to hold it up anymore. You've seen plenty of it. It is a combination delay, reverb, and fuzz pedal. It's this sort of shifting, wailing ambience that is, at least in some part, inspired by the theoretical sonic experience of being sucked into a black hole, which is a cool starting place and an interesting idea. Like, why don't we divide these effects up into these sort of steps of getting sucked into a black hole? I think that's cool and interesting. This has been on my radar for a while. I remember a Knobs video years ago. My friend Emily Hopkins did a video of another special edition, and I remember them standing out to me. I like the idea of including drive as part of ambiance, as part of an ambient sort of geared or focused pedal. Even just including it makes you think about it as an option as part of your ambiance, and that has really stuck with me. So when Collision Devices reached out and asked if I wanted to try one, I was excited about it, but my first thought was, that's not really synthy. And then immediately afterward, I was like, I don't care. I've shown off all sorts of pedals. If you guys have seen the Synthesis Guide to Guitar Pedals, those are normal, regular guitar pedals. Those aren't specifically for synth. They're not stereo. They don't do MIDI, whatever, but they work well. And sonically, they can be very, very valuable. And I think this is a good example of that. So this is a bit of a risk. I don't think this is necessarily something my existing audience will be looking for or has been looking for. It doesn't feel that different to my other videos, so I just move quicker because there's less to show you. I need to stay more in frame as well. But there you go. I think this is a cool, interesting boutique pedal. It's not overly complicated like a lot of things are these days. It's mono in, mono out, 3 effects that all sound good and work well together. So you guys don't need more exposition. You know what you're about to see. Let us move right onto the table. Here we are, my trusty mini log plugged in through the Black Hole Symmetry. That's the sound we're using. We're going to start with the delay, titled Ergosphere. All these knobs around the outside of the same size are for the delay. Time and feedback, you know what those do. How long between our repeats and how many repeats. To the point of self-oscillation. And because it's based on the PT2399 analog voiced, I think, digital delay chip. You'll hear that buffer stretching if we change time while there's something to be heard. Love that. And we have a modulation for it. So this is our amount, this is our speed of an LFO. If I turn up the time, it'll be a little more obvious. You can hear that shifting in pitch. Turn the speed down, modulation up. There you go. It sounds like there's always some modulation on this. Great. I like it about near the middle on both of those. I like feedback to be very, very high and time to taste, of course. When it feedbacks like this, with the modulation like that, it almost reminds me of an oil can delay. You guys ever seen one of those? I had one a long time ago, like the Telray or Morley oil can delays. Really like it. Just a reminder where we're at without it. Mix goes from 0 to not 100% wet, but very loud enough delay. Yeah, I love that. Perfect. I have no complaints at all. I have no notes. Like I said, it's nice to just play something that's good and sounds good and doesn't have secret menus or additional options or anything. This white cloth came with this, by the way, to keep the special mirror finish totally clean. Great, that's all I have to show you with the delay on its own. Here's the reverb. Turn up the echoes setting here. And we have echoes, mix, radiancy, and pitch. These top two are about the pitch shifting part of it, and these bottom two are about the reverb part of it. So I'm just going to turn mix and echoes all the way up. Again, that's no delay. That's just the reverb. Nice long tails. Sounds really, really good. Echoes is how long your decay is, your sort of reverb decay is. Mix, of course, is the mix. I'm actually going to change to a different sound here. And again, it's nice to have something really simple. I want less mix. I want more reverb. There. Great. I really do like it on full mix and pretty high decay, pretty high echoes. But the really cool thing about this reverb is this pitch shifter. So if I bring up the pitch shifter mix, quite an interval. So you change your interval of that pitch shifting here from unison to a little bit out, all the way to a fifth. And then if that's a little too much, turn down the mix on this radiancy knob. Even lower. Here's it at 0. Full. Let's put it about, say, 20-30%. More echoes. And why don't we add a lower mixed delay into the front of that? Already really strong ambient sounds. Let's turn up this pitch shifter a little bit. It's almost like a chorusing when you're all the way down here on the pitch. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. The pedal could be just those two, and I would be more than happy. Let's go back to where I was. Yeah, it's easy, really, really easy for me to get lost in that. That was a really long time without saying anything substantial. And I think goes to the credit of how much it's just like, hey, these are cool, interesting sounds, and I like them. If I had to make any nitpicks about the controls, I would like the pitch to go all the way up an entire octave. Maybe they didn't sound good the way they're doing pitch shifting, so they limit it to just a fifth. But also, this means it's really easy to find a fifth, because it is the full range. So to go all the way up and then detune a little bit, I'd rather that than having to search through the middle and find it, because I can't find, even with this amount of pitch variance, I can hardly find any other intervals. Regardless, I would like both the mixes to go to 100%. But that's it. I think the controls are simple intentionally, and I think their ranges are controlled intentionally, because this is just something that sounds very, very good. Okay, the fuzz is this single knob in the middle, and that's just a volume knob. Here's my sound. Sort of what you'd expect from synth into fuzz, just gets really, really blown out. But combine that with these other two ambient effects. You hear a little bit of noise already? Get this layer of distortion, of grit, of blown out, fuzziness in with ambience, and it's great. Sort of shattered, splintering sounds. So cool. So cool. I showed a lot of the same things on the Wurlitzer, and this, like I said, has a little better top end. But the fuzz makes me want to show it to you with an instrument you guys haven't seen me play before. So I'm going to run this feedback all the way out, and then I'm going to change to, surprise, I have a lapsteel. This is a Supra lapsteel. I think it's from the 60s. I bought it to do some ambient stuff with a band I'm in called the Halloween Episode. Right now I'm just running through the Tech 21 Liverpool, instead of running through any actual amps, so I can run this line in like anything else. I would never say... I wouldn't ever say to anybody that I'm a lapsteel player, but I can mess around well enough. And I have a volume pedal on the floor. but I would never, ever use this dry. At the minimum, I would have delay on it. More of that. Add in the reverb. More gain. This is really a sound I would actually use. A lot of focusing on single notes, especially when I'm making that much noise with the delay and reverb. Trying to hide when I re-strike the note. With the volume pedal, and letting things ring out for a long time. And bending up. Those are all the kind of little tricks I've got myself into. Cool. And this just felt like thematically, see, I just put a big fingerprint right on the face of it. This black hole symmetry thematically felt like such a good pick for the lap steel because it's a vibey delay primarily, and the reverb just does sound good, and it goes on for a long time. Plus, it's mono that works with this. I don't have to think about any extra settings. It just makes perfect sense, the sort of things I've been trying to do with this. I thought of it even when Collision Devices sent me the email. I was like, you know, I'll probably plug that through the lap steel. But of course, I'd be remiss to not plug it in with the fuzz as well. And this is before the black hole symmetry, so I'll give it a little more room to wake up with it. I'm noticing right now, I'm pretty sure the delay is before the fuzz. So I think the order is delay, fuzz, reverb. Not conventional. I like that it's not conventional, but it's kind of unexpected behavior. I realize right now. It would be very nice if I was able to change that. Doesn't matter, though. Because this definitely does its job. Shorter delay, so this is something manageable. Bringing the pitch shifting. Less pitch shifting. And I keep putting the pick in my mouth. I also will do, like, noisemakery things. And don't laugh at me, okay? Clicks and clacks. Especially even just the delay. I don't know. Oh, he's playing with his delay pedal time. is totally a cliche, but just while the lap steel's out, I'll show you the sort of stuff I like to do with it. Anyway, I hardly know enough on this to be interesting to watch me play it, let alone as a solo instrument. So you're getting... the same things over again. I'm sorry about that. Alrighty. So, there you go. I could go on for a while making clinky clacky noises, but you guys get the point of why I'm showing you this with the lap steel, because they're a good fit. And I chose the black hole symmetry, and I chose to do this. I agreed to do this because, one, I think these are cool. They've been on my radar for a while. I think Collision Devices is doing cool stuff, and I'm happy to show people what they're doing. But also, I wanted to challenge myself and take a little bit of a risk and pick something that I didn't think a lot of my audience would already be aware of, pick something that I don't know that a lot of my audience would be interested in, but it is absolutely in line with things that I like. I like simple delays. I like big ambient reverbs, and I like fuzz. Putting it all in one is cool. This limited edition with the mirror finish looks cool. And I wanted to challenge myself to show off something you might not expect to see on my channel. So we'll see how it went, and I hope you guys appreciated it. I'm going to spend a long time buffing this out. And this might be on the pedal board that I use for the lap steel permanently. We'll see what else is in competition. But there you go. My name's Shorb. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to make one last horrible noise. Cheers and so long.